The moment the Phillies hoped they would be enjoying, yesterday the Atlanta Braves enjoyed. This fly ball to Ronald Acuna Jr. put the topping on the National League East crowd for the Atlanta Braves, so they will represent the division in this year's postseason. They celebrated into the hours, the wee hours last night, and now we get ready to wrap up this series here today with the Atlanta Braves sitting atop the division, 8.5 games up over the Phillies, and the Phillies now find themselves only 2 games above the 500 mark with a week left of games to be played. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with John Kruk. Now, we weren't here yesterday televising, but we were watching from afar as the Braves did clinch the division. And the Phillies, as we said, as early as a month ago, thought maybe they would be in this position. But hats off to the Atlanta Braves for sealing the deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to the Braves. They deserve it. They played the best down the stretch, as we saw. And, coming into this series, we thought, maybe we still had a chance. They win the first 3 games to clinch this thing. But, you look at the road to the division title for the Atlanta Braves. They did what they had to do to get the job done. Their starter pitchers ERA 3.5, so much better than what ours has been. The record, of course, but they did what winning teams have to do to get to the postseason. And look, a lot of these guys for the Braves, it's their first rodeo here heading into the postseason, but they played the game the right way down the stretch, and that's why they are National League East champions.
Yeah, and meanwhile for the Phillies, they did not play that well since the first week of August. They wound up having the worst record in the National League. So, all right, Johnny, here are the teams that have clinched, with the Yankees clinching last night in extra innings against the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, good. Of course, Atlanta, we know that, but Boston, I think Boston clinched theirs in February. And I don't care how well the other teams play, they're probably going to have the home field advantage throughout the postseason. Cleveland, look, the American League Central, we know is a tad weak this year, and Cleveland's in a run, and they got starting pitching that can go deep into the postseason, though.
All right, so we know the Atlanta Braves are going to the postseason. One more spot is done, and we will see who the next one is that clinches a spot in this year's postseason. Today, it'll be Aaron Nola going after his 17th win of the season. Anibal Sanchez is pitching for a spot in the rotation for the postseason for the Atlanta Braves. Lineups at first pitch when we return. clinched the division or going to the postseason, things are relaxed a little bit between the mascot and the Phillies until Maikel Franco got involved. Maikel, a very good-natured young man, had to be separated by Carlos Santana. Braves have taken the field. Anibal Sanchez is out on the mound warming up for Atlanta. As we wrap up this series, the veteran right-hander. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Cesar leads it off, and then Rhys Hoskins, Odubel Herrera in center, Carlos Santana at first, Maikel Franco at third. Aaron Altair makes a start over in right field. It's a very similar lineup to the one we saw opening day, with the exception of Odubel. They will face the veteran Anibal Sanchez, a 34-year-old. The Phillies have seen him a ton. This will be his 19th start against the Phillies. You see his numbers 6-6 on the year. They say he's been really good. He hasn't gotten a lot of decisions because he's out of the game by the 6th inning, and the Braves score a ton of runs from the 7th inning on.
Yeah, talking to Tom Glavine this afternoon about Anibal Sanchez. He said that watch your left-handed hitters in the changeup. He said he's used that changeup a lot against the lefties, and he said he's made a lot of good left-handed hitters look really foolish on that changeup.
Well, the Phillies find themselves out of the division race with the Braves clinching yesterday. We've been through this for the last several years, where we're playing the last week of the season. Actually, it's usually sooner than this, but at least the last week of the season without having a thought of winning the division. Cesar swings at the second pitch, and it's down the left field line, and Adam Duvall is there to make the catch. So one out here in the first, and that will bring Rhys Hoskins.
Tell you what, I give Nick Markakis and Freddie Freeman a lot of credit for being able to play today. I can honestly say that there was no way in God's world that I could have played the following day after we clinched the division.
I thought about that. I wondered if it maybe because it was a day game or wouldn't have mattered for you.
It would have been worse on a day game.
There's Rhys Hoskins. Hoskins 247 on the year. It's been a tough September, which Rhys acknowledged yesterday after the ball game. He took a lot of responsibility for where the Phillies are right now, which I think tells you a lot about the young man and the leadership abilities and responsibilities that are going to be on his shoulders moving forward. He didn't have to say what he said. 0-2.
Well, again, if you're going to build a team, this is the guy you build it around offensively. And when you have, even though he's still a very young player, you're right, though. He's taking responsibility for this team, and that's when you hear all the words about Rhys, and everyone says he gets it, and that's part of getting it.
It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hoskins, with 1 out here in the top of the first. Final game of this 4-game series. The bouncer right side. Freeman is up with it. Sanchez there to cover. 3-1 on the putout. Now there are 2 outs. Herrera is coming up. Odubel 2 for 9 with an RBI in this series so far.
Forgot to ask Jerry Lane again about, or Jerry Davis about standing where he was the other night. Had a lot going on yesterday. I can see why I forgot that.
Takes the first pitch down low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Odubel has 2 hits and an RBI. He broke up the no-hitter yesterday by Foltynewicz with a line drive single to right center field. Foltynewicz a few batters later exited the ball game. See why the Braves will use him as the #1 starter in the postseason. Even when he was lifted from the game, he was still throwing 97 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's power plays in the postseason, that's for sure. Power pitching, that is.
Swing and a miss and an off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2.
I'd like to say that was a changeup, but I can't see anything.
I do think it was a changeup. It was based on the velocity.
I could draw anything today on that telestrator. I don't have any idea where it's going.
Ground ball back to the mound. And 1-3 on the putout. Phillies go down in order in their half of the first inning. It is a 10-pitch top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first here in Atlanta.
I was going to be Vince Scully there for a while, buddy.
I was getting the burrito out of your way, John, because I wanted to tantalize you the whole game.
Yeah, well, yeah, like these fries sitting here won't.
Well, let's take a look at the Braves lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. You mentioned Freddie Freeman is starting today for Atlanta. Well, Freeman with 186 hits. That's tops in the National League. He certainly played a role in yesterday's ball game, having the first inning single. And they will face Phillies right-hander Aaron Nola, who has some important individual things that he would like to reach. And one of those is getting his 17th win here this afternoon and getting over 200 innings, which he's only 2/3 of an inning away. Beyond all that, though, Aaron, as we talked the other day, he just wants to finish strong because it hasn't been a great September even for him.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. Giving up a lot of home runs in his last handful of starts. And, you know, look, he still has an outside shot at the Cy Young, I think, and he puts together a good start here, and if they give him one more start against Atlanta there, or, you know, up in Philly, you know, who knows?
He could finish with 18 wins. It's still been a remarkably strong year for Aaron. He'll face Charlie Culberson, who has not played in this series, besides pinch running. And the first pitch is hit in the air, foul. Off the first base line, Santana is over, and it's back into the crowd. Carlos jumped up on the half wall. No balls and one strike. Culberson playing today for Dansby Swanson, who has been one of the unsung heroes in this series for the Braves. There's Dansby Swanson. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Noah's been really good on the road this year, but it's really been accentuated recently, which is, you know, odd for us to say because we've talked so much about his home numbers. But his last 6 road starts, he has an earned run average of 1.5, and he's not allowing any base runners. Looks like he's delivered a pretty nice fastball in this first inning.
Like he's popping pretty good in that glove.
That last pitch was at 94 miles an hour. Curveball swung on and missed. One away here in the first. Well, this is a beautiful ballpark. You can see that the sun is shining out there today, but we have just cooked these fries up here. The sun is shining so brightly up here.
They were raw.
I have sunblock 100 on. John has 50 on because he tans more than burns.
It's bright.
It's hot.
It's hot and it's bright.
I know you feel bad for us, but it's hot.
Can't see the monitors.
Kevin, our statistician's wearing shorts. He never wears shorts. Don't let the tie and the Oxford fool you. Here's Markakis.
Tom, I have my 150 on, just for the record.
Yeah, where are you? Underneath somewhere?
I am hiding underneath.
I know you are. 1 ball and no strikes to Markakis. Funny, I don't think we've ever done a day game here. I don't remember the sun being this bright here. Down the left field line, that'll go foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'd like to thank Phil Sheridan, Phillies clubhouse manager, for getting John a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could have done the telecast.
I wouldn't be able to see anything,
Couldn't
honest
see
to
anything.
God. They're nice ones, too.
Yep. There they are.
They'll
All you have to do is ask.
They'll be fogged up by the time this baby's over.
Ball and 1 strike. Change up low. And it's 2-1 to Markakis, who's 2 for 10 in this series. Braves are wrapping up this homestand. He has 8 hits on the homestand. Atlanta goes to New York after this game. They'll have tomorrow off. And then 3 games against the Mets before the 3 games against the Phillies. That one's pulled foul. Just foul. Today's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television and click on over. And you can change the language to the menu on your cable box. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A little change up here, huh?
I think so. Nope. Fastball that runs outside, 3-2. Markakis has 6 hits against Aaron, who has done very well against the Braves this year, although his record's 1-1, as you see Freeman on deck. His ERA 2.95. Curveball hit to first, and a nice hop for Carlos Santana. And 2 outs, and Aaron Nola has reached 200 innings for the first time in his big league career. The first time since A.J. Burnett back in 2014 and Cole Hamels. Somebody reached 200 innings in the season. He's 25 years old, and the sky is the limit.
Yeah, disappointing the way the season has ended for the Phillies. But, you know, if you're looking forward to something next year, I mean, this is
And beyond.
and beyond is a beautiful thing. And
Over to first base. An easy play, and 2 ground outs and a strikeout, and a 1-2-3 bottom of the first inning for Aaron Nola. So 1 in the books, an 11 pitch inning. We'll go to the second. Santana leads it off when we get back. Phillies have one more series coming up against the Atlanta Braves. It'll be at home next weekend as they wrap up the regular season at Citizens Bank Park with a 3-game set Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And don't forget, Fan Appreciation Day is on Sunday. Well, the Braves are doing a little curtain call here. Nick Markakis is going to check out of the ball game. And Preston Tucker is going to go into right field. I guess Brian Snitker, this is the last regular season game here at home, wants to give his players, particularly guys that have had the big impacts, a chance to tip their cap to the crowd. I like that, John.
I do too. Yeah, let the fans express their love for these guys and what they've done to bring this division title to this city.
Hey, listen, this guy is. This has been a bounce back year. He's been good with the Braves, but this is the best he has been with the Atlanta Braves. I mean, just remarkably good. 43 doubles, a 300 batting average. And now Freddie Freeman's going to check out, and Lucas Duda is going to check in. Carlos Santana's like, can we play?
This team was built around Freddie Freeman for the last few years, and
a lot of people thought they would trade him.
Yeah, and you're just so happy that teams can keep their star players. And Freddie's a big piece of this division title, and he's been a big piece of this organization for many years. Nice to see him get the ovation he deserves from the fans.
All right, so Santana will lead it off.
Eventually.
He is 1 for 11 in the series. He has 8 hits during his career against Sanchez with 3 extra base hits. Got a first pitch in there. It's 0-1. Down the left field line, over to the line is Adam Duvall. And there's one out here in the second. Speaking of Brian Snitker, he provided us with our Geico quote of the day about winning the division. You kind of sit back and wonder sometimes what this is going to feel like. When I was here as the third base coach and we won the division, the wild card, it's great. You wonder as a manager how it's going to feel, and it's even better than anticipated. Well, when he was the third base coach, they won the wild card, but then they made changes right afterward. So it probably felt good for a moment, but not so much after they were eliminated. But for that guy, I mean, you kind of root for people like that. 62 years old, 42 years with the Braves, 42 years with the Braves organization, and 15 years as a manager in the minor leagues where he won 2 championships.
That's how many years?
42.
Good Lord.
He was a catcher for them as a player in their system for a few years.
Happy that he got this opportunity.
Aaron Altair takes strike 1.
Sadly, at the expense of the Phillies and the rest of the National League East. I like to see guys like that have been in this game for a long time get rewarded.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Especially too with like all these teams that are going younger with managers. You know, Alex Cora, Aaron Boone,
even Gabe. Little spinner up the first base line. 3 unassisted. That's a 6-pitch second inning. It's going quickly here today. It's 7 or 16 pitches for Sanchez through 2. Aaron Nola is finishing up his warm-up tosses out on the mound. And he'll face Tyler Flowers, Adam Duvall, and Rio Ruiz. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murphy.
You know, you were talking about Brian Snitker, and on the flip side of that is the Phillies dugout, and, you know, Gabe Kapler, the manager of the Phils, and his coaching staff watching the celebration yesterday, as many of them did. And I had a long conversation with Chris Young today. We talked about a bunch of different things, but one of the things was about sitting there and watching the Braves celebrate and thinking, you know, this is what we were hoping for our team. I said, well, why did you feel the need to stay out there and watch it? And he echoed kind of Gabe's thoughts after the game. He said he thinks it's important to feel the disappointment, to see what was, you know, almost in hand, but not quite, and what kind of work they have to do to get to that point. And they sat and watched, and they talked about it afterwards. But he also said he thought it was important as well to give a tip of the cap to the Atlanta Braves, which he said they did. You know, they went over to the coaching staff of the Atlanta Braves, congratulated them on a season well played. And I think that's important as well. You remember how hard all of these teams work to, you know, go out and win your division, get to the postseason. And I thought it was a very classy gesture for the Phil's coaching staff to go over and do that.
Yeah, and when Murph says what could have been, I mean, we all know what the numbers are. We showed you during the, you know, during the Open today. The Phillies are 15-28 since they had the second best record in the National League on the 5th of August. But their 15-28 record is the worst in the National. And it happens. It's just one of those things that snowballed that they couldn't stop. As Tyler Flowers is down looking for the first out here in the second strikeout for Nola, so he's up to 212.
Tom, not many competitive at bats so far in this Wago.
No, oh, it's almost like it's a final spring training.
Yeah.
There's still a week left of the season.
Yeah. Man, typical Aaron Nola right there. Vintage Aaron Nola. That two-seam fastball starts out, breaks over the outside part of the plate. Righties give up on that one, and got us a strikeout.
That's the thing, though, John. There's still a week left in the season. You can't give away.
No.
Well, you can do whatever you want, but you really have to think about not giving away at bats. Now you are facing Aaron Nola.
And you know, besides who out there, Santana and Kingery and Odubel, all these guys are playing for contracts. Not playing for contracts. They'll have contract, but the amount of money they're going to get paid this last week could be important to some of these guys.
That's true. Michael Franco, he hasn't played much recently, so getting a chance to even play more.
Yeah, and I know,
add to his numbers.
You know, if I was playing, I would want to do everything I could to try to get a win for Aaron Nola to, you know, hopefully keep himself in that Cy Young conversation.
Foul ball, 1-2 to Duvall, who they acquired before the trade deadline from the Reds. He's a two-time Gold Glover. And it just hasn't really worked out for him as the outfielder, the extra outfielder they anticipated.
No, but you know, Enciarte started picking it up, and I think that was the big thing why they went out and got him. You know, because Acuna Jr. can play center. You know, Markakis wasn't coming out of the lineup. And Enciarte was struggling for a lot of the season.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Duvall. And a line drive base hit to right center field. Odubel's going to cut it off. Duvall is on his way to second. The throw is offline. And he's got his 20th double of the year. That's the first hit for the Braves. Follow the race to the postseason on MLB.tv and even beyond. That's right, for $25.99, you can watch the last week of games plus the postseason. Visit MLB.tv to take advantage of this limited time offer.
Well, if you're the Phillies, you got to play mind games with yourself. And once you get eliminated, you know, you have to think, okay, what's next? You know, I think their goal should be right now, let's finish 500. Let's finish above 500. Right. And, you know, if that doesn't give you incentive over the next, you know, last week of the season, then maybe you don't belong playing.
I think what you said, though, about even getting these last 2 wins for Nola, and I think a lot of people understand where the Cy Young race is going, but put him in position to be in the mix, to get some votes.
I mean, if everyone thinks DeGrom's going to win, then try to come in second.
Curveball 0-2. Phillies are sitting 8.5 games back, and they're 2 games above the 500 mark, which is remarkable. But well ahead of where people thought they might be and where they were last year by a wide margin.
In my opinion, they should be. You got to you go out and get Arrieta. You go out and get Santana.
No question. Yep.
You know, you have a full year of Reese. You get, you know, Aaron stepped up big time pretty much every start this season for the Phillies. You know, at the trade deadline, you went out and got some veteran players to try to help you. And I mean, they're a lot better team than they were last year, record-wise.
Yep. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball whacked up the first base line, and a fair ball. 3 unassisted. And over to third base goes Duvall. And that brings Lane Adams to the plate. Adams .211 on the year with a home run and 4 runs batted in. Ball swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Figured he was sitting fastball, and he knocked him off balance with the curve.
Look for one and get the other.
Aaron has been ahead of all the hitters except for one.
You know, you look at the 4 games in Colorado, you know, they're a game and a half back.
Yeah, those are big games for baseball. Yep.
Big games, and you know, I think Gabe has that integrity of the game. He's going to play his best.
Yeah, they're a game and a half out of the Dodgers, but they're also a game and a half off the pace for the wild card.
Yeah, so I mean, those are 4 big games for the Rockies.
In the air to left field. That ball's well hit. And it's over the head of Rhys Hoskins. A ground rule double. It's the second double of the inning for the Braves. And it's 1-0 Atlanta here in the top or bottom of the second. It's the first major league double for Lane Adams.
Really?
This year.
Didn't you hit a home run off of us earlier? Yeah, it's a breaking ball that Aaron just hung. I guess a pitch like that, you're lucky it's only a double. Oh, after advancing to third on ground out by Rio Ruiz.
And now Flaherty, whose average is at 221. You can't discount what he did for the first 6 weeks of the season for the Braves until Camargo came back off the DL.
Yeah, he killed us, didn't he?
Yeah, in fact, the first 3.5 weeks he was hitting well over 300.
It looks like we might have some cloud cover.
Yeah. Wind was picking up a moment ago, too. Ground ball to second base. Cesar's up with it. And that'll wrap up the bottom of the second. 1 run, though, on 2 hits. The RBI double by Adams gives the Braves a 1-0 lead as we go to the third. trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. And please submit your answer on the subject line. John, the question is, who are the only 2 players in Braves franchise history to have 5 seasons with 35 or more doubles? 5 seasons of 35 or more doubles.
That's like, we can go Eddie Matthews, Hank Aaron down.
Yeah, you can go to that category.
All right.
I wouldn't go there with both of them, but yeah.
One of them?
Yeah. Top of the third, Jorge Alfaro leads it off. Alfaro is 2 for 4 in this series.
I think this guy would have to, right?
Yes, if you go with that one, you would be correct.
It's quite a history of offensive players they've had.
Yeah. Alfaro swings at the first pitch out to shallow center. Flaherty is out there, 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 set aside. So 17 pitches in. And there's 1 out here in the third.
Well, we keep swinging like we're swinging. Annabelle could pitch 2 games today.
Scott Kingery, who's 0 for 3 in the series, 0 for his last 9. Kingery takes low. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
I can see Scotty if he plays, you know, the next handful of games and gets the start. I'd like to see him swing the bat better, you know, take something into the offseason more positive. I'm sure there's questions creeping into his mind of, can I play here?
Well, you hope the overachiever in him, because he has been for his career, will lead him to bounce back next year. Because he truly has been an overachiever his entire baseball career. Two balls and 1 strike to Kingery. 3-1.
Get yourself one here, Scotty. Of course, with Annabelle Sanchez, you never know. It ain't going to be the 3-1 fastball down the middle. I wouldn't think.
Well, there you go. Close to a 3-1 fastball right down the middle.
Down just a hair.
Yeah. In the air to left field. That ball's pretty well hit, and it's not coming back. Scott Kingery has just tied this ball game up with his 8th home run of the year. It's a 1-1 game. It's the first hit of the day for the Phils. Just what you were talking about, John.
Yeah, get a good one and let it go. Swing and out over the plate, man. That's nice. And that, again, that's, you know, you would think that these guys now are probably more relaxed since they know that for all intents and purposes they're not going to be in the postseason. You might as well just let it fly.
1-0 to Nola. Aaron hitting 052.
First ball he's pulled all year.
6-3 on the putout, 2 outs. Time now for our Coors Light refreshing finish. Well, yesterday while we were away, somebody celebrated his 47th birthday. That was Greg Murphy. They didn't celebrate by getting stuff thrown at him by Scott Fransky. He didn't get a baseball. He didn't go kayaking. But he did shake hands with folks around the Atlanta area.
Cousin Wade?
Cousin Wade, yeah. Looks very sad there, doesn't he? Stern.
You know, he's getting old.
Murph, I hope you enjoyed your birthday. We didn't have a cake or anything like that. We were at a place where somebody had a cake, but...
Yeah, no, I very much enjoyed my birthday, Tom. Thank you. And I am getting older.
Certainly not getting colder today.
No, not today.
So how did your birthday golf match go, Murph?
It went well. It went well. I went in my favor. Although Tom played well.
Yeah, it did go in his favor. What are
We
you
had a
going to
good
do,
time.
John? What are you going to do, right?
His birthday, you got to let him win.
You got to
right?
let him win every once in a while. Every once in a while, it's turned into every bit a while. A ball of 2 strikes to Cesar. Ground ball right side. Flaherty is up with it. And Cesar is safe.
Yes.
Oh, baby. I mean, he did not take that play off.
Nope.
So an infield hit for Hernandez. And now Reese Hoskins is coming
Hey, you know,
up.
Tom, this is the front office, the coaching staff, the manager. What's left in these guys? You know, how do they compete now that they're out of it? And I think you see right here that Cesar wanted to compete pretty well. He wanted that hit.
Yeah, and for Cesar, it has not been a good second half for him offensively.
No.
His average at 229 in the second half. I know that's not everything, but you know, on base percentage has been okay because he's walked a lot, but he still has not hit his way to the average that everybody anticipates. And Reese hits it in the air to left field. Going back on it is Duvall, and he's got room. And about a step and a half from the track makes the catch. Phillies do tie it up on the home run by Scott Kingery. They get a couple hits in the inning. They leave one. It's the middle of the third. It's the Braves one and the Phillies one. You buy the new Wheel of Fortune scratch off from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And buy Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Along with Greg Murphy and John Kruk, I'm Tom McCarthy. StatCast AI, powered by AWS, gets us a really good look at Scott Kingery's home run.
Yeah, the viewers get a good look. I can't see nothing. 104.6 I saw.
405 feet away.
Good enough. As long as the fan catches it, you're in good shape, Tom.
They threw it back.
Did they?
Yeah. Sanchez leads it off, and he takes strike one. It's 0-1. Opposite way for Sanchez and a base hit. That is his first hit of the year, John. He had been 0 for his last 38. His hands were up in the air going up the line. I think the crowd realized it too. He's pumping his fist at first base.
He was pumping them halfway down to the, as soon as it went over Cesar's head. Hope he doesn't want the ball. It's, you know, look to left, go to right swing by Annabelle. Look at him though. He's a happy guy. Seen a lot of fantasy campers do that. I've never seen a major league player do it.
Kind of looked like a fantasy camper going up the line. Culberson struck out his first time up. Ball and no strikes. Mike Fultonevich is doing an interview with the folks on Braves TV. Chip Carey, Tom Glavine, Joe Simpson. He's being pampered while he's doing it also.
Pamper those guys. Make sure they get whatever they need. He knows he's pitching game 1, right?
Yeah, I would think so. How about yesterday? He had 62 pitches in 6 innings with a no-hitter.
It's not bad, is it?
62 pitches.
What, he's got a heck of a lead, Sanchez does.
I think Alfaro should throw behind him.
Well, I don't know if there's room, Tom. Taking a 1-step lead and then his secondary lead is another half step. So, I mean, if he gets picked off from there, we've got an issue. Check out the lead. Okay, oh, he's creeping out a little further now. Watch the secondary, though. Secondary's brilliant.
Pacing himself, John. Back toward the middle. It should be 2. Nice play by Cesar. Yeah, there are 2 outs. It is a 4-3 double play. Our GMC precision play.
Yeah, I thought lucky that the ball didn't hit Aaron and deflect somewhere because Cesar was right there. Couldn't ask for nothing more. Catches it on the base. Easy throw to get Culberson. Thought Annabelle might get down there and try to break that up, but he didn't get a good jump off the base.
Preston Tucker up for the first time. It's no balls and 1 strike to Tucker.
What do you think it does to a pitcher when you're gearing yourself up for Markakis and Freeman, and now you have Tucker and Duda? Not that they're bad hitters, but you know,
well, they're different. Though.
Yeah, but your game plan is.
Yeah, I'm going to get Freeman this way. I'm going to get Markakis this way.
And now it's, you know, 1 at bat with those fellows, and now you got Tucker and Duda.
I thought they would be lifted at some point. I didn't think it would be after their first at bat. I mean, not that it matters much. I thought maybe it would be.
It might have been all the longer they could stay out there. Remember, they did have a celebration last night, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Remember, we all ended up in the trainer's room, and Harry sang High Hopes. Then we ended up in Darren's room.
And then, did you remember where you ended up?
Well, then about 7 or 8 in the morning, Tom, it was time to go to our own rooms.
3 unassisted. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. We played 3. We're tied up at 1 as we go to the 4th. upon the local company who has perfected the perks of same-day delivery. Order by 11:30 and your WB Mason driver delivers right to your break room. Local, fast, and convenient. Who but WB Mason? We go to the fourth inning. The Phillies and the Braves tied up at 1. And Odubel Herrera is going to lead it off.
You know, I never even thought about bringing sunglasses on this trip.
Johnny, you should always wear sunglasses.
Well, you know, it's funny because I guess last weekend, I guess, there was a game and I guess it was another national game for the Braves down here. And I forget who they were playing, but A.J. Brzezinski was announcing. And A.J. commented about he couldn't see anything. So I probably should have paid attention to A.J.
Yeah, that's part of your research.
Yeah. I had to take my hat off too, so don't pardon me. I haven't combed my hair in
about 2 months
at least. So,
I think it looks good though.
Well, it's there.
You kind of have glasses like Odubel.
That's who I want to grow up to be like, Tom.
We all. 0-2. Odubel and Kruk. Same thing.
Similar in a lot of ways.
Curveball, and he was a little out in front of that one. And that is the first strikeout for Sanchez. And one out here in the fourth. Keep track of all the news surrounding the Phils now and into the offseason on NBCSportsPhiladelphia.com. There's podcasts to keep you company on your commute and in-depth articles by our insiders. Authentic Phillies fans know the best place to stay connected to your Phils all year long is on NBCSportsPhiladelphia.com. Carlos Santana flied out to left his first time up.
Carlos was talking to Anibal Sanchez down there at first about, hey, how about throw me something a little middle in, please? It's not moving. There it was. Once the hardest shirt came unbuttoned. I had that issue with the White Sox.
Where his shirt kept going unbuttoned?
You know what jersey they gave me when I got there?
No, what?
Number 29.
Nice one. That's one of the numbers you wore.
Yeah, but guess whose uniform it was that they gave me? Who wore number 29?
Jack McDowell.
Jack's a tad slender.
Oh, was it Jack McDowell?
It was.
Did he get you your own uniform?
No, they said they hadn't made it up yet. They didn't know when I was going to be there.
Did you wear it like Engelbert wore his in Bad News Bears?
It was snug, and I spent. Look at that changeup.
Pokes it up to shortstop in Santana. Oh, I think he beat
they
that.
might want to check that one.
Boy, he was moving up the line. It's awfully close. I think Gabe Kapler's saying, "Hold on, let us take a look at it." Carlos was really moving.
Yeah, they were taking advantage of some. Is that a no?
That is a no.
You know, you love to see the hustle.
It's 5-3 on the putout with Ruiz, the third baseman, fielding it.
Yeah, I spent more time in the on-deck circle buttoning my shirt than I did getting loose to hit. He was out. Quarter of a step.
Michael takes a fastball for a strike. How about the ball he hit yesterday that was robbed by Camargo at third base?
Oh, man, that was a heck of a play.
I couldn't tell whether it was going to be fair or not, but the third base umpire, who was Jerry Davis, did say it was fair. But if he had let it go by, because that would have been the first hit of the game, I couldn't tell whether it was going to be fair or foul. But it was a heck of a play. Back toward the middle. Culberson, a spin and a throw into the front of the dugout. And that should be an infield hit for Michael.
You know, it was weird watching Flaherty playing second base. That's where he was playing. And then right before that pitch, he started jogging toward the normal second base position. And that made Culberson had to go so far to his left to get that ball. It was weird. Like in the middle of the pitch when Sanchez went in his windup, Flaherty started jogging over to more of a second base position. I mean, he was initially playing right there where the ball was being fielded, was Flaherty, and instead ran over toward the normal second base position, and that made Culberson had to go far to his left to get it.
Was it you that asked the other day whether that would happen during an at-bat where a guy would just move in the middle of?
That was the defense that Greg Nettles thought that they should have on Tony Gwynn.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. As soon as the pitcher goes in his windup, everyone run to the hole because he doesn't hit it at anyone.
Popped up. Second base side. Culberson crosses in front of Flaherty and makes the catch. No runs, an infield hit, and one man left. On to the bottom of the fourth. Sanchez is rolling through with not many pitches. Brought to you by your local Chevrolet dealers and by WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Bottom of the fourth inning, we're tied up at 1. Lucas Duda will lead it off for the Braves. So it looks like the Braves will face the Los Angeles Dodgers in this year's postseason if they win the National League West. Now, the only thing is that the Braves thought 3 days ago that they would be on the road to start the postseason, but they've surpassed the Dodgers now.
That's a big thing in a 5-game series.
Yeah, the Cubs have the best record with 90 wins. I mean, truly, the Braves could still get the best record. But I think that Brian Snitker thought, all right, well, if we do make it, we're going to face the West, and we're probably going to be on the road to start. But now it looks like they'll be at home to start. So we got a miss 0-2. Of course, things could change.
Yeah, they got to go to New York. Sure, they're going to face DeGrom.
Yeah, they're not going to face Zach Wheeler. Wheeler has been shut down. They'll face DeGrom game 2, Noah Syndergaard game 1. Threw him a changeup. And that one's out in the air to right field, and Aaron Altero will make the catch. So Duda's 0 for 1. Time now for a Nissan upgrade. Upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. Most division titles since 1990. The Braves now at 16. Their last one before this title was 2013. Yeah, they have a lot of flags out in right field.
Yeah, some of them from the National League West, some of them from the National League East. I never understood that one.
Why they were in the West?
Never. I guess because they were in Milwaukee when.
I do believe that's the only reason. They never changed it. Center field, Odubel on the run, and he's there. Nice track by Odubel. 2 outs in the 4th. There's all the pennants, or I should say all the divisions and pennants the Braves have won. Some of them before 1900.
That was a heck of a run, though, in the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, 14 straight.
Probably would have gotten broken up in '94 by Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Were they in the East then, the Braves?
Yes. I believe. That was their first year in the East.
First year in the East, yeah.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, Montreal was loaded. That strike of '94 could be the reason why there's no baseball in Montreal right now.
Well, that and Jeffrey Loria.
Talk about a team that was built for years. They were young. They were talented.
They had Pedro.
They did have Pedro. No idea why the Dodgers. I guess they thought he was too little. How's that working out?
Swing and a miss. Well, that's a good curveball from Aaron Nola. That is his 3rd strikeout. It's a 9-pitch inning, and the Braves are retired in order. We move on to the 5th in a 1-1 game. ...2019 season ticket plan. By placing a deposit, you'll be able to secure your plan and seat location prior to the official on-sale dates. Go to Phillies.com/season deposits or call 215-463-5000. Call the folks at the ticket office. Tell them that John sent you. Right, John?
Yeah, sure. I'll send you.
We begin the top of the 5th. It'll be Alfaro, Kingery, and Nola.
Smells like a run. Yep. Good
Not
start.
a bad way to start it out. Base at the center for Alfaro, his 3rd hit of the series. Got Kingery coming up, and he provided us with our giant home run replay earlier.
Yeah, Scotty got ahead in the count, and he got a pitch out over the plate. Man, he put a nice swing on that one, and Fans threw that baby back, but he put us on the board, tie the game, and that's where we stand, and that's our home run replay, giant home run replay.
Yeah, and I know that it has not been the year he expected, but I don't know if anybody's worked any harder than Scott Kingery this year.
No, and look, you understand Kapler lineups that he makes sometimes because, he had Scotty got inconsistent playing time because he was struggling, and he tried to find matchups where he can be successful, and things just didn't work out that well for him. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully these next 5 games, 7 games after this, he gets consistent playing time, and hopefully he can put together a consistent approach offensively.
Yeah, and if anybody's worried about defense, his defense at shortstop since the All-Star break, and I know that his numbers or his time has been diminished, but he's among the leaders in almost every defensive category, including arm strength, but also range. So that's how he's evolved as a defensive player too, and he's put a lot of work into that. Where he will be moving forward, I think it's kind of open. Could he be at shortstop? Sure.
Yeah,
could he be a super utility guy? Absolutely.
Yeah, he can. And I'm look, we talked about his overachievement.
Ruiz throws him out. 5-3 on the put out for the first out.
His overachieving through high school and college, and the fact that he got to the big leagues, and look, he's young, and everyone's going to go through ups and downs as young players, and I'm sure the spring training, the multi-year contract, put a little more pressure on him, whether he wants to say so or not. And he's not making any excuses about anything. He never has. But like I said, I'd just like to see this next week him just put together consistent at bats. And Lucas Duda coming in for the bunt. Come on, man. Aaron don't bunt. You see him slash one the other way, though. He rolled over his first at bat. So unlike Aaron. Keeps his hands inside the ball so well. Like that.
Down the right field line.
Drop.
Drops in foul territory. Tucker gave it an effort. Picked up a lot of dirt.
Good effort by Tucker, but he's playing deep, playing to the pull side for Aaron, because Aaron, dead pull hitter. He had a long way to go. Let's just base it up the middle.
What a 2.
Setting him up, Tom. I think they're pitching around it.
First base open.
First base open. Give him something good to hit here.
Cesar takes that to heart.
That would really upset you.
Pulls that one to third. He's pulled 2 baseballs today.
Yeah, he's feeling good today.
The problem is that there it would have been nice if he put it the other way, because then he might have gotten a runner at third with 2 outs. Time now for our Citizens Bank minor league report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Well, the winning percentage is the highest winning percentage among the minor league affiliates. The Phillies are third. That's counting AAA, AA, the high A, and low A. Phillies are third behind the Astros and the Rays at 565. Cesar, who is 1 for 2. He had an infield hit his last time up. Flowers, I believe, was crossed up.
Now our minor leagues are definitely done, right?
They are all done. The instructional league's going on right now.
but that was fun. Tyler Flowers, good job though. Thank goodness it was the other way around. Looked like he was setting on fastball and Annabelle threw him with the changeup. Other way around, that baby's bouncing off the bricks back there. Guess we're going to have a little different weather in Colorado, huh?
Apparently, yeah.
I hear our esteemed leader Jeff Halleckman say it's supposed to be in the 40s at night.
The low is in the 40s at night. It's going to be refreshing, John.
Yeah, well.
High in the 70s though during the day.
Yeah, it's
low
going to be confusing with the dress code that you're going to lay on me and Murph.
Well, I don't think that you brought the pullover that you were supposed to bring, right? You brought a different one, didn't you?
I brought the light blue one.
Oh, you did bring the light blue one.
I did.
Okay.
And the gray jacket, the gray Michelin Man jacket.
Right.
And the blue gray stripy one with the red, white, and blue P.
Yeah.
Like a Boy Scout, Tom. I come prepared.
I think in Denver though you have to.
Yeah.
We were there one year. I can't remember who it was. They went out and bought a jacket, wore it, and then brought it back.
Didn't take the price tag off?
No.
Let me guess who that is. That's some cheap SOB right there, man.
I can't remember who it was. Outside.
Wasn't Stairsy.
No, it wasn't Stairsy.
Stairsy's from Canada.
He didn't even wear a jacket.
That 40 doesn't even faze him. Larry Anderson.
Look at them, Larry.
Hey.
Off the end of the bat. And Sanchez is able to run it down. 1-3 on the putout. No runs, one hit. Got a man left in scoring position. Middle of the fifth now. Still a 1-1 game between the Phillies and the Braves.
To the bottom of the fifth inning, and over the course of the next week, guys, we thought it'd be a little bit fun to take a look at some of the major awards that are going to be presented at the end of the season in the National League, and kind of give our thoughts about them. So today's T-Mobile Built for Baseball, we're taking a look at the Cy Young race, and we've talked about this a couple of times, and obviously for most of the second half of the season, it's been a three-horse race. We'll put Mike Foltynewicz in there as well because he has really been terrific for the Braves. But I think if you're handicapping, he's probably the fourth out of the four. Aaron Nola, Jacob deGrom, and Max Scherzer, we've talked about all season long. The numbers for Jacob deGrom, when you look at the ERA and what he's been able to do with a Mets team that has struggled most of the season, it's just kind of remarkable the season he's put together. But Aaron Nola, Max Scherzer, they lead in different categories. If you look at Aaron Nola, he leads in WAR, which is wins above replacement, so that's a biggie. So your thoughts, guys, as the award will be announced in a couple of weeks. if you had to give it right now, who are you giving it to?
Well, I think over the last month, sabermetrically and also regular statistically beyond the win-loss column, DeGrom has kind of separated himself. I mean, for Aaron, it has not been a great September statistically. He has an ERA over 5 coming into today's ball game. Scherzer has given up some runs also. I just think DeGrom is going to be hard to beat because I think you have the analytic side and you have the regular statistics side, aside from the win-loss record, that it's going to be hard to overcome.
Yeah, I agree. I was always a firm believer that wins mean a lot to a starting pitcher.
Yeah. It's a foul ball.
Yeah, he just keep running all he wants. He's just going to get tired.
Yeah, it's foul ball. Everybody come back.
See, now if I was Aaron, I'd have overthrown that to second and see if he'd have ran to third. Tire him out.
Keep tiring him out.
But I was, and look, the pitchers in my generation that I talked to about this is, well, he doesn't win games. I mean, you have to win games, and I was always under that belief too. But not that I'm a huge sabermetrics fan, but now I understand that it is out of their control sometimes. Starting pitchers about wins and losses.
Yeah, I do think that if it's really close, you have to take the win-loss record into account. But I know that there are others that don't do that. But I think in this case, with his strikeouts per 9, his hits allowed per 9, his WHIP, his FIP, which is better than all, his
WOBA.
His batting average balls in play is not as good as Scherzer and Nola. And man, that ball is crushed. And that'll be a solo home run for Lane Adams. It's his second homer of the year. It's his second RBI of the day, and the Braves take a 2-1 lead.
You kind of wish that first one was fair now.
Yeah.
Man, look how much he missed that by.
Yeah.
I mean, he missed that by a lot. Now, Lane Adams has a home run off of Aaron Nola now and Pedro Florimon. Memory serves me correct.
Is that who he hit the last one against?
Didn't he hit it in the opening series?
He might have. I don't remember, John.
I think he hit it off Pedro Florimon.
Apparently, you're giving the thumbs up on that one.
Got the thumbs up.
1 ball and 1 strike to Flaherty. His last home run was on the 31st of March.
When Pedro made his mound debut. Oh. I think Jorge was in agreement with that call.
He's down on strikes. That's the 4th strikeout for Aaron Nola. Now Albies will pinch hit for Sanchez. This is what we were talking about with the fielding independent pitching, which takes into account home runs, strikeouts, walks, hit by pitch. Patrick Corbett is number 2, Scherzer 3. Now that's not even close. The DeGrom, let's say Scherzer and Nola.
I saw where he has 20-something consecutive quality starts.
Yeah.
Which I personally think the quality starts is a worthless stat to me.
You think instead of 6, it should be 7 innings?
At least.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's a super quality start, I think is what the term is.
God forbid if someone throws a complete game shutout then, huh?
It doesn't happen anymore.
No. We were talking about that on the bus today about, and I think Jamison Hall, our esteemed traveling secretary, said that he thinks there's more teams in baseball this year than there are complete games by starting pitchers.
He's right on that. We could go the whole year with it. We're pretty close to going the whole year without a complete game.
I honestly think that the only way someone's going to throw a complete game for us the rest of the year is if they have a no-hitter.
Over to the right side, and Cesar is up with it. But out goes 4-3. The Braves, though, retake the lead on a solo home run by Lean Adams, who has 2 RBIs today. Only a 12-pitch fifth inning. We'll go to the 6th. It's a 2-1 game. Of the week joined the Phils in late July. It has added another dimension to the Phils' offensive approach. Roman has the speed that most dream about, and he has used it on the base path to steal bases and in the field to run down would-be hits. Roman is out of the box like a flash, reaching base safely in 16 of his last 19, heading into the final 2 weeks. Quinn is quick, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, the Freeze in the final home game of the season.
He wasn't playing around today.
He was not playing around today. I mean, you think that guy's moving in the lead?
He thinks he is.
Right there.
Hey, you see the wind resistance, though, with the jersey unbuttoned. You see where he would slow down. That's the only reason.
It's the only reason. Oh, man. Well, we go to the top of the 6th inning. Max Fried is on to take over for Sanchez. Is it as simple as that they want to keep Sanchez just nice and fresh for the postseason?
I guess. I have no idea.
He allowed 4 hits and 1 run.
I mean, you know, Fultonevich has to pitch, right?
Yeah.
Game 1.
Yep.
And game 2, who?
I think it would be Kevin Gossman.
Gossman.
I think Sanchez right now they're planning for game 3.
I would think. I
believe that's who
the tough decision is going to be with Tehran.
Yeah, Tehran I guess would be 4th, or they could move him to 3rd. Gosh, I wish we were talking about that with the Phillies. Who would be the game 2 and 3 starter?
Well, let's play that game. Who would be?
For the playoffs? Well, I think you
got to stick with Jake, right?
I would think you do, even though yesterday he obviously said that it's not been good.
No. I think 3 would be a tough decision, too. I mean, Nick pitched great here the other day. I think the hardest thing would be making a 25-man roster.
At this point, yes. put out, one out here in the 6th inning. Dougal Herrera's coming up.
I ain't gonna lie though, I did pack some long johns for Colorado.
I did also. I did also.
Camo?
They're not camo.
Mine are camo.
Are they?
Yeah. I don't want to find my legs.
Top to bottom camo or just bottom?
No, all the way.
It's like a jumpsuit.
Oh, no. I didn't know. I thought you meant. I almost hit him. I got these things that this company sent me. They go from the hip to your ankles. They're like kind of like they're like a knee sleeve, except it's your whole leg sleeve.
Oh, I got you.
Those things are warm, but I couldn't find them.
That's because they're camouflage.
No, these are all
off the glove. Freed. Ruiz picks it up, and Odubel is safe at first, so he has an infield hit. And that'll bring Carlos Santana to the plate. Join us for a day filled with prizes and surprises as we celebrate the best fans in baseball on Fan Appreciation Day next Sunday at Citizens Bank Park. It's a 3:05 first pitch. And all fans coming to the ballpark will receive the PGW 2019 schedule Fathead. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. and 2.
This kid has a pretty good arm. I think that's the thing. If they play the Dodgers, even more Colorado or more Dodgers than anything, is lefties in the bullpen are going to be at a premium when you look at their lineup.
Yeah, they have a lot of them.
Yeah.
They've got Freeman, Fried, Minter, Newcomb, Venters, Jesse Biddle.
Yeah, they're going to need them, I think. You know, you got all those left-handed hitters for the Dodgers. Bellinger, Muncy, Jock Peterson, Chase.
Oh man, you could see he was going over from our vantage point, but unfortunately Odubel did not see. So he's picked off.
Good move. That's Andy Pettit right there. That's a heck of a move.
Yeah, he hung his leg up for a little bit.
Yeah. I'd like to say I've never had that happen to me, but I'd be lying to you, Tom.
1-2 to Santana. And 2-2. Tapper back to the mound, and that'll do it here in the top of the 6th inning. A lot of slowly hit balls today for the Philadelphia Phillies. It's been a tough one. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. They trail it 2-1 when we come back. your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Last of the 6th inning, and the Phillies trail at 2-1. Lane Adams has 2 RBIs today for Atlanta against Aaron Nola. Fortunately, though, for Aaron, and this has been the case a lot this year for the Phillies, that their offense has just gone into hibernation so far this afternoon.
He has been getting DeGrommed, hasn't he?
He has been getting DeGrommed. He's only had 60 pitches as we begin the 6th inning. And a bunt, foul, 0-1 on Culberson. Curveball, 0-2. Aaron is scheduled to start right now on Friday night at Citizens Bank Park. It would be his final start of the season. I say right now he's scheduled to start because with the Phillies out of contention, they may start him, but he may not pitch all that long. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they would face it. We'll ask Gabe as the week goes on. I'm sure they have a plan.
Didn't they have a big meeting this morning with all the brain trust of the...
Gabe's office door was closed for a while.
Sure, that was one of the discussions. What do we do with Aaron?
Yeah, I think it was also, all right, who are we going to play for the rest of the year? I do think that Alfaro is going to play more this week because Ramos is banged up and has been trying to play even with all the issues. So I think you'll see a lot of Alfaro this week behind the plate. I think you'll see a lot of Kingery.
Ron Washington with those hands down there at third. Yeah, it's the time now where you can throw your younger guys out there like Kingery. I mean, even though Franco's been playing for a few years, he's still relatively young.
Well, I think he also missed a lot of time these last week or so.
You got to see what you have.
Culberson broke his bat, so he'll go get a new one. Funny, Bat Boy brought out two different bats. They looked exactly the same, but instead of taking the one in front of him, he took the one that was closest to the Bat Boy. So he probably knew which one his next one was. I mean, they looked like they were exactly the same.
He was ahead of things, Tom.
Kranitz and Gabe Kapler chatting about, I would think, what they're going to do moving forward with Aaron. The ball is drilled to left field, and Rhys Hoskins is there to make the catch. And one out here in the 6th. On the next At the Yard podcast, Corey Seidman and Ricky Metallico cast a critical eye on the manager as they break down the positives and negatives of this first year. That and more on the next At the Yard podcast. Listen on the website or wherever you get your podcasts. Preston Tucker is 0 for 1. Inside 1-0. Ball and 1 strike.
See Murph's down there like a turtle. Finally popped his head out.
Well, it's because the sun went behind the clouds.
It's embarrassing.
Got to stay away from that sun, boys.
1-2. They have sunscreen dispensers around the ballpark, just like we do.
Wasn't worried about it yesterday, and he was golfing, was he?
Well, he loaded up.
I loaded up.
I don't know how you can do that in golf. Don't your hands get slippery?
I don't know, John. I don't do it.
I don't either.
Low and fouled. It remains 1-2. I do believe that ball came back.
Game must have been moving along too quickly. That's amazing.
What's that, John?
So disappointed in him. There's someone down there in the dugout with a blue shirt and khaki pants. That's what we're wearing today.
Right. That's an Americana look is what it is.
And it ain't the guy that I thought it was.
What do you think? Where do you think the guy is that you thought
Well,
it was?
obviously not doing his job because he's standing right beside you and I right now.
Yeah.
You were back in the
me
air
down there?
condition. Doesn't that look like you from here?
Well, he is very handsome.
Which one?
We
Well, they'd have to stay down there. Who's the coach who just walked down there with the papers? I can't see that far.
I think that's Bob Stumpa.
No, that's Sam Fold.
Oh, Sam Fold.
So it's right behind that guy with the writing on his shirt and the white shirt. There's a gentleman down there with a blue shirt and khaki pants with sunglasses, and I just assumed it was you because he keeps looking at something.
I can confirm it is not me.
No, I don't think it is now. Back here in the air condition. Oh,
Michael Franco drops it, throws to second, and safe at second base is Tucker. Mike Cal kept looking at Rhys Hoskins as he went back. It did look like he had a beat on it. That should be an E5. See right? Oh, see right there. He said he had it. He had been looking at Rhys the whole time. I think that's Rhys's ball, though.
Yeah, if Rhys had to slow up that much, it absolutely should have been a ball that he called for. That's a tough play for an infielder. Having to run straight back, the outfielder has to take charge there. Did a little heads up too by Aaron Nola covering third because there was no one there. Kingery took the throw.
Duda takes a pitch in the dirt. It's 1-0. Duda flied out to right field his first time up. It's his only time up today. Came on to take the place of Freddie Freeman.
Dude has been a semi-Philly killer, hasn't he?
He has. Yes, he has. Pitch must be just off the plate. The other one was better than that one that wasn't called a strike to Tucker. 17 pitches for Aaron. either with the count 2 balls and no strikes. I didn't want to say something to the umpire, but a couple of the pitches. It's not necessarily in Cranny's way to do that.
That's late in the season. Oh, what's an ejection? What Aaron said. That's a strike right there.
Yep.
Aaron said something to him, and now Alfaro's speaking with him too.
Side 3-0. Tyler Flowers on deck. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, it's 2-1 in favor of the Braves.
Not sure I'd
Pull around too much with that, do they?
I don't think I'd throw him a strike here. I have to believe he's swinging.
It's the first 3-0 count of the day.
I mean, you would think he's green lighted right here. Nope. It was a changeup anyway, wasn't it? 85.
It is his changeup.
Tough league, man. You get a 3-0 changeup.
All 4. And that puts runners on first and second with 1 out. Tyler Flowers is coming up. It's time now for the Ram Truck Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. All right, John, the question is, who are the only 2 players in Braves franchise history to have 5 seasons with 35 or more doubles?
Well, 2 Hall of Famers. Henry Aaron.
Henry Aaron is correct.
And Chipper.
And Chipper Jones is the other one. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Flowers waves at the first pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go? And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Phillies do have bullpen action behind Aaron Nola at this point in a 2-1 game. They would like to get him through 6, if not 7. But Victor Arano warms up. But he's got 1 out and he's got runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 6th.
Double play right here will cure all that, Tom.
Yes, it would. The other problem is that he is going to hit. And could hit in the next inning, although the Phillies would need to put a rally together for him to hit. He is due up 5th.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been paying attention. We haven't really strung together many hits today.
Really haven't, no.
Although we have 5.
They have 4.
That's all they're going to end with in this inning. Double play.
So what are the standings? How far are we up and again up on Washington?
Half game. Yeah.
And they're winning 3-1 in the top of the fourth
Against the Mets, yeah. See, John, there's the standings.
Yeah. Now, is it still in? You finish in second, you get money. If you finish in third, you get money.
That I don't know.
Oh, it used to be.
And a foul tip, and Alfaro hangs on, and there are 2 outs. That is 5 strikeouts for Nola. And here comes Duvall, who has doubled and struck out.
What do you think Murph's walk-up music would be if he was playing?
Something with Jimmy Buffett, I would think.
Maybe we could ask him. He's probably still back there in the air condition.
Are you still behind us?
I am still behind you. I didn't hear, Tom, I didn't hear your suggestion.
I said a Jimmy Buffett song of some sort.
Yeah, go Jimmy Buffett. Make everyone feel good as I walk to the plate.
What, to erase the fact that you're walking to the plate?
Yeah. An exciting moment.
You know, it'd be a good thing for you to do next year, Murph, in spring training.
What's that?
And I don't know if you've done this before. Is mic yourself up, and then when one of our pitchers is throwing a side session, maybe Pavetta or Vince or someone like that, or Eflin, go stand in.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I don't know if he's embracing that, John.
When you say stand in,
The batter's box.
how in do I have to be?
Somewhere close to the batter's box.
Okay, I would do that. I trust those guys.
No balls and 2 strikes. Nola's about to throw his 30th pitch of this inning.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
T-Mac and I get to talk to the pitcher before and tell him all the bad things you said about him.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Fairly certain they wouldn't believe you, John. I think I'm safe. I think I'm good.
I am told, John, that second and third place teams do not.
They don't anymore, huh?
Nope. Balls and 2 strikes. And he got him. Threw him a curveball, and he picks up his 6th strikeout of the afternoon. No runs, no hits. There was 1 Phillies error, 2 men left. On to the 7th. Maikel Franco will lead it off. Your Toyota turning point, I should say. And it's Lane Adams With his 2 RBIs, he has a double, he has a home run, and that is our Toyota turning point of the game. Hopefully there's another turning point real soon.
Hopefully right now.
Yeah, as Aaron Nola will sit and watch the top of the 7th inning. Phillies will send Maikel Franco, Aaron Altair, and Jorge Alfaro to the plate. And now your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. Got Kingery's provided the only run, the RBI, and the home run is 8th of the year. Nola has struck out 6 over 6 innings. We mentioned Lane Adams has both RBIs today. So here's Maikel Franco. Franco is 1 for 2. And he hits one back toward the middle. Flaherty was once again going over to where John pointed out before, but he doubles back to make that play, and 1 out here in the 7th against Max Fried. And here's Aaron Altair. Altair is grounded out and popped out.
Yeah, a little grounder right there, and that probably would have been a hit if he had 2 strikes. For some reason, 2 strikes, they start running the other way.
Well, he did start running there, and then he ran back.
Amazing. Shouldn't that be illegal? Like confusing the hitter?
It might be at some point. 1 ball
Sure,
and no
someone
strikes. Altair. At the knees, 1-1. Swing, he fouled it back. It remains 2-2. Ground ball to third, foul.
If they don't get there and it's turning the lineup, you would assume Gabe's going to bring him back out, right?
Yeah, I would think so. He certainly has pitched well enough to go back out, but at this point, if his spot came up here, it would be, you would have to pinch hit for him to get some offense.
Talking to Tom Glavine, he said, "Tell me about Aaron Nola," and I said, "You know, great competitor." I said, "Similar to you in a lot of ways, where the heartbeat doesn't get too high no matter what the situation."
Outside ball 4.
There's a start now. Got to stay on the base. This guy's got a good move.
He kept telling Jorge to be, or excuse me, to Aaron to be smart over at first base. The Phillies had one guy picked off today. In the dirt, and it's 1-0.
I'd like to see Jorge get out front of one, put us up. Got to get Aaron a win.
Well, he's averaged up to 263. He's hit in 4 consecutive games. I think the Braves are going to get somebody up pretty soon if Fried continues to struggle with the strike zone. like everybody else, they have a ton of guys available.
Pretty nice crowd here with the Falcons playing today.
The Falcons are playing the Saints, not too far away. Got the FedEx Cup going on. Fouled off, and it's 2-2. In fact, they wondered what the crowd would be like today.
You wonder, though, if a lot of people bought tickets today thinking this could be the day they clinch.
Well, it is considered their Fan Appreciation Day, too. It's the final regular season home game. Swing and a miss. Alfaro strikes out. First strikeout for Fried. And Scott Kingery is coming up.
Good breaking ball right there by Fried. Get ahead of the hitter, and he has to become more aggressive. Expand the zone, and he took advantage of a young aggressive hitter.
Well, Kingery is 1 for 2. He homered back in the third, grounded out to third base in the fifth. At the knees, it's 0-1. Wilson Ramos is out in the on deck circle. The pinch hit for the Phils and Aaron Nola. Way outside. Back toward the middle. That's a base hit to center field. Altair will stop at second, and the Phils have first and second with 2 outs. And Wilson Ramos is coming to the plate to pinch hit. So that's it for Aaron Nola. Nola goes 6 innings today. He's charged with 2 runs. And he strikes out 6.
Let's hope he gets a win. Wilson's been really good about going the other way. Dude is way off the line. Didn't he hit one down there the other day?
Yeah. Right inside the first base bag.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss at the first pitch. And it's 0-1. Ramos overall 313, 15 home runs, 70 runs batted in. Trying to tie this ball game up or give the Phillies the lead here this afternoon. Braves bullpen has been good in this series. The bullpen now with 8 2/3 innings. They've allowed 2 earned runs. That's been it. The Phillies bullpen, meanwhile, 14 innings. They've allowed 11 walks and 11 earned runs. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ramos. And he fouls it back, and it's 1-2. upstairs. 2-2. Nobody up yet in the Braves bullpen. Played another left-hander. I thought it was Newcomb that was loosening up, just stretching his arm. They're letting Fried continue here.
Now, has Newcomb been starting the whole year?
Not the whole year, but he has been starting. Little bouncer up the third base line, foul. Do it again with the count 2-2. Got him. Foul tip, and the inning is over. Fried picks up his second strikeout of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left for the Phils. Time to stretch. Time for God Bless America. And we will celebrate. Timothy Miller from the Atlanta Opera Company is heading out to the mound, or to the foot of the mound, to sing God Bless America. I haven't heard him sing. I know we've played him often. Then sit back and enjoy, because he has a wonderful voice and a wonderful demeanor too.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Season. Well, here's your chance. Phillies ball girls are looking for athletic, energetic, and community-driven women to serve as role models. Applications are due by the end of 2018. And tryouts will start in early 2019. Interested applicants should visit Phillies.com/ballgirls for more information. Wilson Ramos stays in the ball game to catch, and Victor Arano is the new pitcher for the Phillies. Arano 1-2 with an ERA of 2.35. And he will face Rio Ruiz here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Ruiz, Lane Adams, and Ryan Flaherty for the Braves. Got a first pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Ruiz today is 0 for 2. He's grounded out both times to the right side. And he fouls it away toward the upper deck. Braves got him in a trade earlier with the Houston Astros. And they thought at some point he would be here with the big club for, forever. And he would crack his way into the starting lineup and never look back. Strike. He was part of the trade that brought Mike Fultonevich over from the Astros. Evan Gattis went to the Astros, which it turned out to be a good trade for Houston. Would they want to have Fultonevich? I think anybody would, but Gattis has helped them, win a world championship.
Yeah. And if Houston still had Fultonevich, they probably wouldn't have went out and traded for Garrett Cole.
That's true.
Maybe not even for Justin Verlander.
Ruiz down on strikes and 1 away here in the 7th. And that will bring Lane Adams up, who is 2 for 2. 2 RBIs. He has both RBIs this afternoon for Atlanta.
Can you imagine having a guy with the numbers of Fultonevich has, and he's your 5th starter?
Yeah. Well, he's certainly evolved into a big-time major league pitcher.
Hey, I think if there's one thing Fultonevich needs to work on, is his swing.
Did you see that yesterday?
I saw the one where he spun all the way around a couple times.
I don't think his first 2 at-bats were that pretty. His 3rd at-bat was all right. 0-2 to Adams.
And he seems to enjoy it.
What did John Smoltz say yesterday in his 3rd at-bat? He said he'll learn at some point that when you are cruising the way he's cruising out on the mound, that all you need to do is just stand up there when you're at the plate and take 3 strikes.
Yeah, I don't ever recall Smoltz taking 3 strikes. He wanted to hit every at bat.
Yeah. Bouncer up the 3rd base line. That's what I kept thinking.
What did Ruiz do? I was talking to you. I wasn't paying attention.
He struck out, John. There's a strike 3 call. Back-to-back strikeouts for Arano. 4 strikeouts in a row for Phillies pitching. And with 2 outs, it'll bring Ryan Flaherty up. Every time a Phillies pitcher throws a pitch of 95 miles per hour or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Ball, and it's 1-1. By the way, the Mets have taken the lead over the Nationals, John.
Wow. It's a good thing.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
So now instead of watching what the Braves do, we have to watch what the Nationals do.
Well, if it matters at this point where you stand in the division, I would think from a pride standpoint it does.
Absolutely.
In the dirt, 2-2. You know, everybody talks too about 500. Is it a big deal to finish above 500? I think it's a big deal to just finish this week strong.
Well, it's finished. I mean, how long has it been since we finished 500?
It's been a few
In
years.
A few years.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Flaherty. Outside, 3-2. Left center field. That's pretty well hit. Odubel's there though to run it down, and the inning is over. 1-2-3, bottom of the 7th for Victor Arano. We have completed our first 7 innings. We'll go to the 8th. Phils are hoping for a bloop and maybe a blast when we get back. Baseball is brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Delaware Valley Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Phillies are trailing at 2-1 as we go to the top of the 8th inning here in Atlanta. Time for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. This was early on. Cesar Hernandez.
Yeah, good play by Cesar right there. Got a good hop. He got to feel that ball while he was on the base, and then it's just an easy throw to first base for our defensive play of the game. Brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. Tommy?
Well, now Sam Freeman will take over. Freeman takes over for Max Fried, who went 2 scoreless innings. Fried allowed 2 hits. The Phillies have 6 hits overall in the 1 run. Cesar shows bunt, takes way inside.
Decided to just keep bringing lefties in, huh?
Yep. There's a fastball, and it's 2-1 to Cesar. And he bunts. It's a good idea, and the throw on 1 hop is scooped up by Duda. They say that he was taking the ball out on the exchange. And the put out goes. The Phillies are taking a look at it underneath to make sure that if Cesar was indeed out. He just said he was out. All right, so 1 away. And it will bring Rhys Hoskins to the plate. Let's check in with Greg Murphy with the Major League Notebook. Murph?
All right, thank you, Tom. It's brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College, and I'm betting that the Orioles are just about ready to get this season over with. It has been a tough year for them. They are 60.5 games out of first place in the AL East, and more bad news for them as their free agent signing Alex Cobb, who has struggled most of the season with a 5-15 record, threw only 4 pitches today before having to be lifted in their game against the Yankees. He is dealing with blister issues on his hand, was unable to get through 5 pitches today. He's been dealing with it for the last couple of weeks. He thought he could go today, thought get one final start. Not going to happen, so I would imagine his season is over. And the news not as good for the Cubs either, as they're dealing with some minor injuries to Chris Bryant. He is not in their lineup today with what they are calling shoulder fatigue, as that one is hit to the track. They have room to make the catch. Shoulder fatigue, we know he would spend some time on the disabled list this year with some shoulder inflammation. So Joe Maddon saying today that they're not going to play him until he feels better. Obviously, they have not locked up a postseason spot, but they will soon enough, and they need him for the postseason, so they're being very careful with him. That is the Major League Notebook right here on a Sunday afternoon, guys.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that would be a huge loss if he's not available for the postseason.
Yes, it would. And is Morrow going to be available for him?
Yeah.
Brandon Morrow, their closer.
I don't think so. It's what they said, he's out for the year.
And Pedro Strop, about
Right.
a week to 10 days ago, pulled his hamstring running to first. Everyone said Joe Maddon shouldn't have allowed him to hit. Well, God forbid you try to win a game.
No balls and 1 strike to Bautista, pinch hitting. And it's no balls and 2 strikes now to Bautista. He's pitch hitting for Odubel Herrera here in the top of the 8th inning. Phillies trail at 2-1.
I think that's funny when they took a lead. He wanted Strop to finish the game because they didn't have their closer, and they used a bunch of bullpen pieces to get to that point. They take a lead, they let Strop hit, and he pulls a hamstring, and it's Joe Maddon's fault. Unbelievable. Yeah, but the Cubs could be headed into the postseason with the 3 pretty key pieces to their team not available. I got a feeling Brian will play.
I would think so. And a strike 3 called at the knees. Bautista's down looking, and the side is retired. Phillies go down 1-2-3 in their half of the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Braves 2 and the Phillies 1. Third through the 27th of next year. Join former Phils like Greg Lazinski, Matt Stairs, Charlie Manuel, the Crucker, Mickey Morandini, and more. Call 610-520-3400 or go to PhilliesFantasyCamp.com for more information. Aaron Altair moves from right field to center field. And Jose Bautista stays in the ballgame to play right field. Tommy Hunter is the new pitcher for the Phillies here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and he will face Ronald Acuna, who will be the pinch hitter. And he hits the first pitch out toward left field. Here comes Rhys Hoskins, and Hoskins makes a diving play for the first out.
When that ball left the bat, I thought it was going to go a lot farther than that. He apparently caught it off the end. Cutter by Tommy Hunter, but Rhys stayed with that baby for a long time.
I think Tommy was right along with, or Rhys was right along with you there, John, about how hard it was hit.
Oh, you can get Charlie Culbertson and Dansby Swanson mixed up, can't you?
You absolutely can. They have the same look going. Culbertson takes outside.
Wasn't Culbertson starting some games in the playoffs last year for the Dodgers?
He sure was. I thought that was a good pickup for the Braves. I mean, just to get an extra utility guy.
And he can swing the bat.
Mm-hmm. Try to check his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. So 2 outs as Tommy Hunter picks up a strikeout.
So I'll bring this up again and see what reaction we get. The catcher can ask if it's a swing.
Right.
Why can't the hitter?
What do you mean?
Well, he just said it was a swing.
Oh, you're saying.
So if they say it's no swing, the catcher can ask the first base umpire, right-handed hitter, first base umpire, if it's a swing.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't, if they call it a swing, why can't he ask the first base umpire, was it or wasn't it?
Well, I have to say, John, that's a good question. I don't know.
And I know people are going to say, well, because the umpire made the call. Well, on the swing, well, the home plate umpire made the call on the no swing. How come he can? How come the defense can overrule it, but the hitter can't?
I guarantee you, though, if the home plate umpire said swing, and then the hitter said, "I'd like you to ask the first base umpire," I can't imagine the first base umpire would ever overturn it.
Yeah, but how many times have they overturned it the other way?
Well, they haven't asked. Like, he hasn't made it. You mean because he said it was a no swing?
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Common sense is flying past us, isn't it? That's something else I can ask Rob Manfred at the end of the season.
You better bring some more d'oeuvres or something.
Better bring a 12-pack instead of a 6-pack, huh?
Out to left field. On the run is Hoskins, and he's got a beat on it. He's there to make the catch. The inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves. Last chance for the Phillies to avoid the sweep. When we return, Carlos Santana will lead it off.
the top of the ninth. They trail the Atlanta Braves 2-1 here at SunTrust Park. When this one is said and done, off to Colorado go the Phillies for a 4-game series with the Rockies. And here's your pitching matchup. Zach Eflin and Tyler Anderson will go on Monday. On Tuesday, it'll be Velasquez and John Gray. Wednesday at 8:40 Eastern Time, first pitch, Nick Pivetta and Germán Marquez will do the pitching. And then on Thursday, an afternoon game, 3:10 Eastern Time, Jake Arrieta and Antonio Senzatala will do the pitching for the Rockies. But guys, it's 2-1. This one's not over yet.
I hope not, Murph. I mean, it is 2-1 as you mentioned, and Shane Carl is going after his first major league save. And he's going to face Carlos Santana to start it off. It'll be Santana, Maikel Franco, Aaron Altair. Those are the scheduled hitters for the Phillies.
I saw Justin Bohr out there in the on-deck circle for a while, and now he's not there.
Maybe you forgot something.
There's I see Maikel going for his bat with his helmet on. I guess he was going to hit for Franco, but maybe Gabe changed his mind.
First pitch is fouled away by Santana. Carlos is 0 for 3 today. He is flied out to left, grounded out twice. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
See that pitch again.
Yeah, must have come back enough. Fly ball out to right center field. And 1 away here in the 9th inning. Will be Franco that will bat with 1 out. Justin Bohr is now out on deck to pinch hit for Aaron Altair. Last time the Phillies lost a 4-game series to the Atlanta Braves in Atlanta was in 1997.
The last time they what?
Were swept in a 4-game series here was in 97.
Ain't over yet. Walk here. Bohr hits a homer.
I like the script.
One pitch away from halfway there to the prediction.
Yes, sir.
That's now up 7-3.
And ball 4. So a 1-out walk, and Bohr is going to pinch hit.
Roman Quinn's going to run. Franco.
Two right-handers warming up in the bullpen for the Braves. Bryce Wilson. This is Roman Quinn. And Ryder, the guy's warming up in the bullpen.
Now you can look at a stolen base and a single, tie this baby up.
Roman's got a good lead off first. He does not go, and the pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. 94 on that fastball. Asdrubal Cabrera is out on deck. Throw over.
There's a huge lead that Roman has.
Runner goes. Pitch is hit in the air down the left field line, foul territory, and out of play.
Good thing. Hey, Deke Roman, he slid. He still don't know where the ball is. And no peek back, straight steal by Roman. And slides and he's looking around. Where's the ball? That thing went into the stands. If not, it's a possible double play in the gamer. Oh. I was leaning, Tom. That wouldn't be good if he got picked off.
Would not be good. The Phillies have already had one guy picked off today. The ball's at 2 strikes to Bohr.
Why don't they boo the home pitcher?
They like when they do it.
Interesting.
Gives them a chance to stretch their legs. You know. There he goes. There was a pitch out, but I think they forgot to tell the pitcher.
Was that the first pitch out we've seen this year?
Oh, it's one of the first. Yeah, we had one the other day. I mean, look at Flowers.
Look at this. That pitch is a strike.
It sure is.
If Bohr takes it, do they call that a strike?
I would think they would.
But Roman would be on third if he peeked back, because that ball's going to hit and bounce around back there. Like a throw over. No.
Outside, 1-2.
The game of baseball, Tom.
Crazy game, John.
It really is. And you have to be crazy to play it. Maybe more crazy to watch it all these games. Tommy threw over again.
Yes, he did. Total contentment by the crowd on the throw over. Pitch out. He's not going. 2-2. Flowers was really cheating up on that too.
You would have to think that Jose David Flores could pick that up from the first base coach's box. I mean, Tyler Flowers got out there quick. Guess you go now, right?
There he goes. Pitch is hit in the air to center field. Going back on it is Adams to the warning track. He'll run it down. And back to first goes Roman Quinn. Well, Bohr gave it a ride, but there are 2 outs now in the 9th inning. And that'll bring up Asdrubal Cabrera. This is the pitcher's spot.
See, he had to reach just a little bit for that ball. Didn't quite catch it all. Kane Adams just set play up against the fence, and Carl's very happy about that. Hopefully so happy he makes a mistake right here as Drupal.
Flowers going over the scouting report on his wristband and letting Carl know.
He hasn't played yet in this series, as Drupal.
Never know, John. Things might change. Roman watches as that pitch goes by as Drupal Cabrera for ball one.
I'd like to see Roman get this base early. Give Asdrubal something to work with.
There he goes. Pitch is inside, and he'll get that base. Roman Quinn steals second, so he's in scoring position. Phillies have one extra base hit today. It was the home run by Kingery back in the third. Now they don't need an extra base hit to score Roman Quinn. Two balls, no strikes. Two and one. Breaking ball that slipped right in. 2-1. Phillies have only had 3 opportunities with runners in scoring position. Up and in. 3 balls, 1 strike.
You wonder if this is a intentional walk. Kingery up next.
And you wonder if Gabe Kapler will pull him back. He's got the lefties. Well, he's got, if Nick Williams is available, we're still not sure whether he is or not because of the hand injury. 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. He's got Dylan Cousins available. And Pedro Florimon is going to pinch run for Cabrera.
I think I see Nick sitting down there with, still has a jacket on down there.
So he must not be available. As of yesterday, they weren't sure.
Scotty does have 2 hits today.
He singled his last time up. He homered his first time up. Ball in the gap in the fills will take the lead because Florimon is not being held on at first, and he's getting off close to Lucas Duda.
Is that the mock cheer, Tom?
What's that?
It was a strike and they cheered him.
I think it could be both. Ooh. And that hit Kingery. And he'll take first. The bases are now loaded for Wilson Ramos. 2 walks and a hit batter, and we're loaded up, and Chuck Hernandez is coming out.
A little single puts us ahead.
And this will not be a pitching change for Carl, unless Chuck Hernandez is going to make the change. And that just hit the arm guard, the elbow guard of Scott Kingery.
Thinking that these scouting reports and all the stuff on the wristband is predicated on throwing a strike every once in a while, right?
I would think that you have to throw a strike, yes. Otherwise, there's no sense in wearing it. Bullpen action. It is Luke Jackson who is loosening up in the pen. So the bases loaded for Wilson Ramos. And he takes high and in, 1-0.
You got to be really selective. This is nice that you have a veteran guy up there hitting right now. Carl's kind of all over the place.
He went around. I'm not sure if that was the selectiveness that you're thinking about, John.
Why not?
1 ball, 1 strike. A base hit. The Phillies should take the lead. This time he lays off that same pitch.
I have to think he's going to get a fastball here.
Back toward the middle and over towards second base. And unfortunately, it's Wilson Ramos who's running. So they had plenty of time to make the throw. And the ball game is over. The Braves have swept out the Phillies in a 4-game series for the first time since 1997 down here.